What's going on, guys? I'm your host from the East Coast, GinaMan94, here to give you guys my WWE Roadblock End of the Line 2016 preview and predictions. Now this pay-per-view kind of snuck up on me because I forgot that, every 2 weeks there would be a different pay-per-view for each brand. So we got this pay-per-view coming up, and it seems like they've already done Roadblock this year, like at the very beginning of the year, so they had to change the name up a little bit. But we got a pretty nice looking card here, and hopefully the Raw brand can pull it out and have a good show. So let's get right into it. The first match will probably be on the Kickoff show, and it'll be Rusev and Big Cass. Now the story here, Enzo been talking trash to Rusev. Rusev been, dominating him on Raw. And then, the segment 2 weeks ago, Lana pretty much was faking an argument with Rusev to get Enzo lured to a hotel room where Rusev could once again destroy him and embarrass him to make it seem like, Lana wanted to sleep with him instead of Rusev and stuff, and, did all of that stuff. So, Big Cass didn't take that too lightly and wants to get some revenge for his friends. So now we're having this match. In terms of who I think is going to win, I think Rusev's going to win this match. I think, the fact that he took out Enzo, but now he has, some real competition in Big Cass, I think that's going to, play a factor into this match. But at the same time, I still expect Rusev to pretty much not dominate, but come out on top here. He needs to, start building up some more wins so that he can, become a championship contender again. So that would be nice to see. But my prediction for this match, I'm going to go with Ruru. And I actually personally hope he does win this match. It'll be good for him. Like, well, what was the point of him, destroying Enzo if, Big Cass is just going to come in and beat him real quick or something like that? Which I understand the storytelling, Big Cass getting the revenge, the face finally getting their payoff a little bit. But it's not really Enzo getting the payoff. It's going to be Cass getting the payoff. And he pretty much buried Enzo on Raw a little bit. He was like, Enzo likes to run his mouth. He has the balls to back it up, but, I'm not him. Pretty much just saying, you ran through him, but you're not going to run through me. So I expect a very highly competitive match here. But like I said, I still think Rusev's going to come out on top. Next we have Sami Zayn versus the Braun Strowman. Story here, Sami Zayn was getting killed by Braun Strowman to the point where Mick Foley had to stop the match just, because of Sami Zayn's health. He didn't want him to get injured because, Braun was manhandling him. So Sami Zayn took offense to that and was pretty much calling Mick Foley out, for stepping into his match, saying, it was none of his business and nobody was there to stop him from doing the things that he did, and look how he became. And then he started demanding to have a rematch against Braun Strowman. And Foley was just like, no, I'm not going to do that. You don't want to face Braun Strowman. This man is out to end your career. Sami Zayn was like, I can end his career just as much as he can end mine. So please just make the match. And Foley just kept telling him no, kept telling him no. And then it all culminated on Raw, where Sami Zayn was like, you know what? If you don't want to give me this match, then maybe I don't need to be on Monday Night Raw. And Mick Foley was like, is that what you want? I can call up Daniel Bryan and we can set up a trade with Smackdown. He was like, well, if you're not going to give me the match with Strowman, then yeah. So Sami Zayn had his match. I guess it was against Jinder Mahal or whatever. He won. It didn't matter. Foley came out and was like, well, the trade is complete. We traded for somebody on SmackDown of equal value as you. Are you sure this is what you want to do? And Zayn was like, I'm going to ask you one more time. Are you going to give me Braun Strowman? And Mick Foley was like, nope, I'm not. And then Sami Zayn was like, all right, cool, whatever I got to do, yeah, trade me to SmackDown. That's fine. Foley was like, we have agreed to trade you to SmackDown for Eva Marie. And Sami Zayn snapped. He was like, really? That's the person of equal talent? You traded me for Eva Marie? I have more talent in my thumb than 1,000 Eva Maries. Like, he just went ballistic on Mick Foley. Like, he was just going crazy. And then Mick Foley was like, you really want Braun Strowman? Show me how much you want him. He was just like, yes, give me Strowman. And he was just like yanking this man up by his suit jacket. And then he was just like, okay, you know what? There was no trade to begin with. I wasn't going to trade you. Somebody of your potential, I would never trade. But Remember how you felt in this moment. Bottle it up and duplicate it, because you're going to need it when you face Braun Strowman at Roadblock. And then Sami was looking like, wait, what? You're giving me what? Really? After all of that thing, all the stuff I said about you, you're going to give me the match? And Foley was like, yep. I had to see if somebody that I look to as somebody that's like me could actually dig down deep into their soul and bring out the evil parts of it. Because, Sami Zayn's a happy-go-lucky guy, and, he's not really one to go out and do something like Kevin Owens would pop up powerbomb somebody onto the ring apron or whatever. Sami's not that type of dude. He'll go out and have a physical match with you, but he's not out to hurt you. So Foley had to make sure that, he could dig down deep and pull out something to show him that he was ready for Braun Strowman. And apparently he convinced them enough, and now we're having this match. I still think Braun Strowman's going to win, though. The thing is, Braun said he couldn't last 2 minutes in the ring with him. So Foley is giving Sami Zayn 10 minutes. 10 minutes to see if he can last with Braun Strowman. I think he might last 2 minutes, but I still think he's going to lose the match. And then, who knows what's going to happen after that. But I think Sami's going to snap and probably just grab a weapon and try to kill Braun with it. That's what I'm expecting to happen. I could be wrong here. I don't know why I'm thinking that. Braun's been killing him, so if he wins this match, the only thing I can think of is Sami's just gonna go grab an equalizer and try to end this man. Because we haven't seen Strowman look weak at all yet. We have yet to see it, and with that passion that Sami Zayn has, we'll see. We'll see what happens. I know he's not gonna win. If he wins this match, I'd be really surprised. I'd be really, really surprised. I think he'll last more than 2 minutes, though, but I don't think he will win the overall match. And I'm not sure if it's over after the 10 minutes are up, or, if this is just like survive until the time is up, or whatever this is. But Strowman's been looking impressive, so we'll just have to see if Sami has the heart and the guts to withstand his onslaught. Alright, the next match we're going to get into is the WWE Cruiserweight Championship match. We got Rich Swann versus TJ Perkins versus the Brian Kendrick. Now all of these men, all have victories over each other in the past couple of weeks. The Brian Kendrick beat TJ Perkins on Raw this past Monday, and then TJ Perkins beat the champion Rich Swann on 205 Live this past Tuesday. So, and Rich Swann is the champion. He obviously took the belt from the Brian Kendrick and beat TJ Perkins 2 weeks ago on Raw. So, they all have victories over each other, and I kind of like that booking there. I kind of like that because it gives legitimacy to each of these guys, because you already know Rich Swann, being the Cruiserweight champion, he has the advantage going in, but he's at a disadvantage because it's a triple threat match and he doesn't have to get pinned to lose the title. And, the fact that all of these men have victories over each other all within the same month, it's like, the match could go either way. And that's a pretty cool factor to have in a match, because usually somebody goes in with most of the, or if not all of the momentum, and then either they come through with the victory or they choke and wind up not pulling it out and, disappoint not only themselves but the people that root for them. So I fully expect another great match. The Cruiserweights are great to me. A lot of people crap on them, and maybe it's because they're too saturated a little bit. That's just booking's fault, to be honest. But I expect a great match. Who do I think is gonna win here? I'm gonna go with Rich Swann. He just became champion. I don't think they'll take the title off of him that quickly, though stranger things have definitely happened in the WWE. But I'm fully expecting Rich Swann to retain his title here and to go on and have a nice little run as the Cruiserweight champion. But it's not going to come at an easy price, because you got, TJ Perkins, who's just an incredible athlete, and then you got the wily veteran of the Brian Kendrick, who's able to outsmart his opponents most of the time, because he's been doing this for so long, and he knows exactly what he's doing. Like I said, he's a veteran in the ring, so very intelligent, very high ring IQ. And then you got Rich Swann, who they call outlandish. I don't know why the man just comes down and dances to his theme song. I don't really see how that's outlandish. But he's very skilled and very talented as well. And that Swan song kick that he does, man, that thing looked like it break your jaw. It looks like it'll break your jaw in two. Oh my goodness, that finisher, man. It's like a modified swinging, like it's like a super kick, but it's like reversed. I don't know how to explain it the right way, but that finishing move is incredible. So I'm gonna go with the champion to retain his title here in this match, and this will be a good match. Next match we have is Seth Rollins versus Chris Jericho. They've been feuding, through Kevin Owens the past couple of weeks. Chris Jericho was Kevin Owens' best friend. They've been going through a little rough patch as of late. And Seth Rollins has been right in the middle of it. He's been losing matches to Kevin Owens because of Chris Jericho interfering in the matches. And so Rollins got a little bit of a comeback on Jericho, like I think it was 2 or 3 weeks ago on Raw, where they were fighting in the parking lot and Rollins winded up pedigreeing Jericho on top of a car. So pretty much Owens gave Jericho this match so he could get a little bit of retribution on Rollins, who was trying to go after the Universal Championship and at the same time is trying to get the Triple H. So he has to run the ringer and go through the veteran Chris Jericho. I'd be more excited for this match if they just didn't, keep wrestling on Raw. Like, they give away the match so early sometimes, and it kind of ruins it for the pay-per-view matches. Even though I'm not saying the match is going to be bad, but they're going to have to do something a little bit different than what they're doing on Raw in order for it to be an excellent match. Which I'm sure they could do. These two guys are very talented. They got very good chemistry with each other. And I think Seth's going to come out here. My prediction is that Seth Rollins is going to win this match. If he's trying to call out Triple H, you got to beat Chris Jericho. I'm sorry. You just have to. If you're trying to go after Chris Jericho, you're trying to become Universal Champion in the near future, you're trying to take down the authority, in quotation marks, you're going to have to go through Chris Jericho. You're going to have to go through a lot of people because Triple H isn't just going to come out for no reason. Actually, last year, Triple H, or early this year, whenever Roadblock was last, Triple H actually competed against Dean Ambrose. But it seemed like it was just a house show, and this time it's an actual, pay-per-view show. So we'll see, but Seth really needs to win this match if they're going to set up him versus Triple H in the near future. I think it'll be a good WrestleMania match for them to have. I expect Triple H to show up around the Royal Rumble, probably stir some things up with Rollins, maybe screw him out of the Rumble match or something like that. It depends what they have him booked to do around that time. But they're going to have some type of interaction, and then, on the road to WrestleMania is when they'll set up the match. And that'll be a great match. I can't wait to see that. And Rollins is just adding insult to injury by using the pedigree. That's Triple H's finishing move. It's been his finishing move since he became the game Triple H. So we'll see. I don't expect him to come out at Roadblock, though. I think Rollins is just going to, call him out, still try to send a message to him, use his finishing move, but we're not going to see Triple H for a couple more weeks, but it'll happen sooner rather than later. But yeah, Seth Rollins to win this match. Now we got our final two matches we're going to talk about. First one is the Raw Women's Championship match. 30-minute Iron Man match. Sasha Banks versus Charlotte. Wow. I'm thinking this is going to be the culmination of their feud. Nah, you know what? No, I don't. I don't think it is. Charlotte's going to win this match. And here's why. Because it's a rumor that Charlotte's not going to lose at any pay-per-views until WrestleMania. So I think she takes her title back here. Whether she does some type of underhand tactics to get it back. But if they're going to put the title on her after this match, don't put it back on Sasha the following night on Raw. Just don't do that. They've been doing that for months, and it doesn't do anything for either one of them. If you're building up Charlotte's streak of pay-per-view wins in a row, she needs to be the champion going in for majority of them. She doesn't need to keep winning at pay-per-views and then losing on Raw. That doesn't get anybody over. It doesn't bring any legitimacy to the Women's Championship. That title has been switched around more times than than the rest of the titles on Raw combined. Like, really. It's really been switched around that much. I can't remember the last time. I remember once the U.S. Championship just switched hands for the first time in a while. The Universal Championship has only switched hands once by forfeit because Finn Balor had to give it up. And then, Owens grabbed the title. So that's only like 2 or 3 times. And the Tag Team Championships haven't changed hands in a long time either because New Day just broke the record for Demolition. And I'll get into that in a second because I believe they added a match to Roadblock. I'm not too sure about it, but I'll talk about that in a second. But, just them switching the title back and forth with each other, it doesn't get either one of them over. Now, I know. They've been putting on great matches. They've had a great program. But, at the same time, you can't keep doing the same match over and over and over. It's going to become John Cena versus Randy Orton. Yeah, they have great matches, but you're eventually going to get burnt out of seeing it all the time. You can't just keep doing that over and over and over and expect fans to just continue to enjoy it. Yes, they're having great matches, but at the same time, though, if we're not getting no other women over on the Raw roster but these two, fans are going to start catching on to it. They're going to go sour on both of them. And like I said, they're 2 great workers. I love these women. These women are incredible. They're a very integral part of the women's division looking the way it is now. And the women's division is great, but it's going to start to go downhill on Raw, at least, if you're not building anybody else up. If you're not going to do that, then these two might as well fight until they retire. And just switch the belt back and forth each time. They'll both be a 30-time women's champion, and they'll induct each other into the Hall of Fame on the same night. Might as well, right? Why not? But no, I expect another incredible match from these two. Because like I said, they're great workers. They put on great matches. They have incredible chemistry with each other. But I'm gonna have to predict Charlotte. With the way they've booked Charlotte and Sasha, Charlotte's getting the title back. Why not? Just give her the title back. Just do it. Just do it. Just give her the title back. Especially if you're building up her pay-per-view win streak. Just give her the title back. That's what would make sense from their standpoint, I guess. So, I don't know. Yeah, we'll see what happens, though. We'll see what happens. Just as long as it's a good match, I'm not even going to care anymore. Just as long as it's a good match, which I know it will be. So, I don't know if this match is confirmed or not. So I'm just going to say it's a pending match. But it's rumored that the New Day is going to defend their tag team championships against Cesaro and Sheamus. I saw something on Twitter about it. I don't know if WWE has confirmed this match yet. But I'm just going to predict it as if this match is going to happen. Because I don't see why they wouldn't be defending their titles. Yeah, they just broke Demolition's record. But, they're the tag team champions. And this is a pay-per-view. So you got to defend your titles. It's just the way it works. So if they do face off against Cesaro and Sheamus, I'm just going to put it out there. Cesaro and Sheamus need to win. Okay? New Day has broken the tag team record of all time. They're the longest reigning tag team in WWE history. They've done all they've needed to do. It's about time they lose the titles. They don't need the titles anymore. They have the record. The titles feel important again. They don't need them. They don't. It's not going to hurt them to lose the championships. It's going to make Cesaro and Sheamus look good if they actually beat the longest reigning tag team champions in WWE history. It'll make them look good. They fought through adversity of, being paired up when they actually weren't really the best of friends. They were mortal enemies at first. But they've worked through all of their problems very, very slowly, but have gotten on the same page. And if you saw that first triple threat tag team match they had on Raw, this man Cesaro was on a mission to win that match. He was on a mission to become tag team champions. And, like I said, the New Day's number game always gets in the way, and they always wind up pulling out the victory. So I think it's about time that Cesaro and Sheamus find a way to, no pun intended, neutralize the New Day and their third person on the outside of the ring in order to capture the tag team championships. Cesaro hasn't held the championship since, I think, Tyson Kidd. Tyson Kidd got hurt like 2 years ago. I don't think he's coming back, unfortunately. But that was one of his best runs in the WWE, talking about Tyson Kidd. And they failed to make Cesaro a champion for the longest time. They did the same thing with Bray Wyatt. But Bray Wyatt just won his championship. So give Cesaro and Sheamus the tag titles. I haven't been this interested in Sheamus in a long time. And I got to give him credit as well. It's not just Cesaro, but Sheamus as well. Sheamus is very entertaining. I like his style of match that he does. Even though Cesaro is strong, Sheamus seems like he's the muscle of the group. And Cesaro is, the more suave, finesse type of person of the group. Like if you saw that sequence on Raw, it's floating around Twitter in its own separate video if you haven't seen it. But go check that out. This man Cesaro, he took out, I can't even explain what he did. I explained it in my review and I still left out some details. He just went crazy, okay? If you haven't seen that video, you need to go watch it. This man Cesaro has literally gotten himself over with the crowd. The Cesaro section, they've been clamming for Cesaro to win a championship for so long. So if he can do it with Sheamus at Roadblock, I think it'll be great. Sheamus was in a failed tag team, the League of Nations. That whole gimmick was just horrible. But this right here, this has been his most legitimate tag team partner ever. And Sheamus is normally a guy that rolls pretty solo. So if he's able to pull out the victory here and become tag team champions with somebody he went to war with, it'll mean so much more. And they'll beat the longest reigning tag team champions of all time. So I'm going to predict Sheamus and Cesaro come out with the victory because they need it. So, I don't know if that match will actually happen, but hopefully it does because I think it'll tear the house down. But we'll get into the final match, the main event match. We have the United States Champion Roman Reigns not defending his title, but facing the WWE Universal Champion for the Universal Championship, and that's Kevin Owens. Everybody around Twitter and on Facebook has just been saying that Roman Reigns is gonna, take this championship off of Kevin Owens and it's over for his reign, and Roman Reigns wins, LOL, like he's John Cena or something. I don't think Roman Reigns wins this match. Why? Why don't I think Roman Reigns wins this match? Well, I don't know. I just have this feeling. I don't know for sure, but I just don't think he's gonna win. Kevin Owens needs this match. He needs to beat Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns is somebody who doesn't lose a lot of matches clean. And, that's just how WWE has booked him. That's how they've built him up to be. He's a badass. Like, he's a very strong guy. Like, it's going to take a lot to beat him. But if you want to make Kevin Owens' title reign seem more important, you got to let him beat the Roman in the Reigns. And if he doesn't, then, fans are going to definitely crap on it because, like I said, they don't like Roman Reigns at all. And, from a booking standpoint, I can understand a little bit, but some people just want to do it just to do it. And I was one of those people, so I can speak from experience. It was just fun to boo Roman Reigns at the time. But, once I stopped listening to what the crowd said and actually evaluated Roman Reigns for myself, only gripes I have with him is that, he still has the Shield music. He still has the Shield look. He needs to change that up a little bit. The man is a freak athlete. Like, he can do things that most people his size should not be able to do. The drive-by is a physical move in itself, even though people don't like it. This man can jump over the top rope like he's the Usos, who are way smaller than he is. He's just an incredible athlete, man. And, Kevin Owens, you've seen his work. If you've watched any of his matches on the indies, you know how Kevin Owens is. Hopefully, he goes back to his roots from when he faced John Cena the first time. I think it was at Battleground, I believe it was at Battleground the first time they had their match, and he beat him. We need that Owens to show up here if he thinks he's going to beat Roman Reigns. Because it's pretty much just like you're facing John Cena all over again. Because Roman Reigns is just as resilient as Cena is. Oh, man. Could you imagine a John Cena versus Roman Reigns match? That match would go on forever. Because neither one of them would kick out. I mean, neither one of them would get the 3 count on each other. Dang, that match would be... Wow. That'd be an hour-long Iron Man match. They'd literally... Or like a last man standing. They'd have to kill each other in order to win. But, yeah, back on subject here. I forgot how Reigns got this opportunity. I don't know if he like won a match to do it or was just awarded the match. Not too sure. But nonetheless, they're facing off, and hopefully Kevin Owens wins this. And I'm a Roman Reigns fan, but if we're gonna build our champions up, especially a heel champion, you gotta eventually put some heat on him. Like, you don't let him get any type of heat at all. Okay, he'll say something towards the crowd. That's fine. That's just normal basic heat. But even though the crowd's probably going to cheer for him, you're going to have those little kids and the women who mostly cheer for Roman Reigns, his target audience, they're going to boo Kevin Owens. And especially after that video came out of him, you know, telling the kid not to touch him and he doesn't want him to buy any of his merch because he's a Roman Reigns fan, keep building off of that heat to put your heels over as heels. You're not supposed to cheer for the heels, even though we do it anyway. But that's just us being wrestling fans, fans of people who are in the wrestling business. You know, that's just how we operate. But yeah, I'm going to predict Kevin Owens to win, to beat Roman Reigns, and to legitimize his title run. Because if not, then Kevin Owens is just a transitional champion, to be honest. That's how I'm going to feel about that if he doesn't actually win. And hopefully he does, because he doesn't need to lose the title just yet. Not yet. And Roman is the U.S. champion. He has his own things going on. It's not a desperate need for this title. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what WWE decides to do. I'm excited, though. Like I said, the card from top to bottom, especially if they add in that tag team championship match, is something that I'm definitely excited to see. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. Are you guys excited for Roadblock this Sunday? Or will you actually even be watching? Do you care about it? Would you rather be watching Walking Dead or something like that? Do you think Raw can put on a good show? Let me know down in the comment section down below. Make sure you check out the website, Collision Course Pro Wrestling. That'll be in the description. Slap a like on the video. Subscribe if you guys are new. Thank you guys for watching. And I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.